Bogomaniacs! We have been getting some minor restocks lately, and hey, I'll take it. It's better than nothing. So yesterday afternoon, quite late in the afternoon, I went back to my local Barnes & Noble for a third time. They had One Piece and Pokemon, so I got one pack of One Piece, opened that, I got an alt art. It was, not a really expensive alt art, like $8, but alt arts are pretty rare. And we got some Pokemon. They had this for Ascended Heroes, and I found another Perfect Order. I'm sorry, not Perfect Order. I got Perfect Order here. That's in a second. Another First Partner box. So I keep finding these First Partner boxes. Maybe today we can get the last remaining 3 promo cards that we need to complete the 9-card Series 1 collection. We're going to open that very soon. And then today I went to my local Walmart. I was cooked. They started stocking while I was at work. I got there after work. And I finally got a Perfect Order ETB because nobody of the 16, 17 people ahead of me wanted this. There was a whole bunch of these. So I'm like, I said I'd buy one. Here's the one I'm going to get. We're going to open that very shortly. And I got one of these guys just for shits and giggles. We'll see what we can get. And I got one of these also for shits and giggles just because. So I don't think I've opened this one before with the Vile Plume Evolution line, if you will. They're promo cards, so hey, why not? So, let's start off with this crazy mystery pack that we opened once before on the channel. I think we opened... I forgot what it was, but we didn't get anything. So, it might have been like Silver Tempest, maybe. So, let's see. I mean, they're like $8-9. So, look, you got a 1 in 20 odds, so... Of course, that just means you might get an old pack. It doesn't mean you're going to get hit in the pack, so... Then we got... Oh, God. Wah, wah! Oh, my word. It'd be funny if we get something good. This pack is, weird. I can't even open it. I don't know, this pack seems like it's resealed. I don't know, does this look resealed, you guys? It just seems, weird. I can't even open it. Right, let's see. Probably is resealed from, who the hell knows, with MJ Holdings. This pack just feels weird. I don't know, maybe it's been a while since I've opened Scarlet and Violet, and that's just how they were. So, yeah, I probably should have saved my $9. Let's see if there's anything in here besides a holo. Of course, just a holo. I feel like it was resealed. I wouldn't be surprised knowing MJ Holdings. What are you going to do, right? You can't get a hit if you don't pay to play. So, let's actually open this guy. I think it's just Mega Evolution in these. But I like Vile Plume, so I figured, you know what? A little voice told me to get this. Again, it might be nothing. But, again, you don't know. You don't win. You don't get big hits. Unless you pay. So let's see, is this a promo card? Yes, it's got they call it this Cosmo Holo for the Oddish. Again, right now it's probably worth 5 cents, but give it 15, 20 years and it might be worth $1. And we got Gloom. And we got Vile. I don't know, I kind of like Vile Plume. One of the OG Pokemon. Vile Plume. Let's see if there's any swirls on it. It'd be hard to see in my lighting here. I don't see any swirl. Oh, maybe there's a swirl. Anyway, they're in all these 2-packs. So we got a Phantasmal Flame, and we've got a Mega Evolution. So let's give it a go. Yeah, I knew there was a restock, but when you're at work, there's not really much you can do about it. Just know that the restock is there, and I got wind that there was still a line after work, so I went there, thought, maybe there's a shot at something. And that Walmart that I always go to, that if you guys have been watching my videos, I did report that last week, like 3 or 4 people went in there and just kept looping and cleaned out all the Pokemon in one piece. Well, apparently a lot of people complained to Walmart about that, and now there's a new rule at that Walmart. You're only allowed one of any particular item. You're allowed one SKU up to 5 different items because of what happened. So, hey, I like that. Because now if you're like 10th, 12th or so in line, if there's like 20 ETBs, everybody eats. Everybody gets an ETB. So I like that rule. Again, it prevents the scalpers. Maybe the scalpers just won't even go there anymore, which will be fantastic. Flygon. Man. We are 0 for 3. And usually at Walmart, I end up getting nothing. I end up having terrible pulls at Walmart, so I just, you know, I hope that once in a while I might actually get something from Walmart. So we'll do our ETB last because that's kind of the highlight of the video. Let's open the first partners box next. Again, this is the 4th one I've opened. I never should have got the GameStop one because the GameStop one that I got, I did not get the OG first partners. And all the other ones I've gotten for basically MSRP. The other 2 I got the OG starters. So I'm hoping to get the one with Roulette, what the hell is it? Litleo, Litten, I think, and is it Celio maybe? I don't know the other little guy's name. The little seal-looking guy. So let's open Phantasmal. And if you guys aren't aware, that Mega Charizard EX, Mega Charizard XEX is up to like 750 plus, something like that. So hang on to that Charizard. It's getting there. As time goes on, as that gets older, it's only going to be more valuable because it's probably the best looking SIR ever that I sold, and I should have kept it. But I needed the money at the time, so it kind of worked out for me, getting 500 cash. But now it's over 750, I think, give or take. So we are 0 for 4. Let's see if we're going to go 0 for 5. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Mega Evolution Stuffle. Sandslash. And we got EX. Whoop-de-doo. We're pretty much 0 for. We're pretty much 0 for. And again, you don't get anywhere without spending a little bit of money. I guess I'm still dealing with being super lucky from that Ascended Heroes poster collection box that I got, where we pulled 2 SIRs out of 10 packs. So what do we get? Yeah, we got them all now! Woohoo! Roll it. Litten. This is a really cool one. I like the colors in this one. And Poplio, that's the name. So now I've got all 9 of the starters. Let's freaking go. Now I don't need to buy any more of them. I mean, if I buy them, it would just be to basically resell or get gradable versions. Now, I haven't seen anybody get any of these back from PSA yet, just to see what they end up being priced at. Just looking at the centering here. This one looks a little off. The Poplio doesn't look too bad. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to get PSA 9s. Like, this one is completely way off center. It's quite easy to see. I don't know. But I've got all of them now. That is fantastic. It would be cool if Pokemon sold, whether it's like binder pockets or just like frames, maybe like a frame type thing. You could put all 9 of each of the series in. I know there's going to be Series 2 in June, I believe. So that'll be kind of cool if Pokemon did something like that for people that want to display it, or just, you know, like a cool 9-pocket type design thing. I think that would be quite interesting if they did that. So let's try our Ascended Heroes. It's just 2 packs, but you never know. You never know. We might get lucky. I hope we do. I've got so many of these Tangalas. Just put it with my hollow. Okay. So here we go. I love opening Ascended Heroes. It's such a cool set. And I always wear my Gengar shirt for luck. So far, I've only pulled the Mega Attack Rare Gengar, which is approaching $100 actually. So that's quite awesome. And I think that card is just going to keep getting more valuable as time goes on. For sure, it'll be the most expensive of the Mega Attack Rares. Nothing. Well, guys, we have not gotten a hit yet today. The EX, to me, is not a hit. So, we got 1 pack left. And then, of course, we have our ETB. So, I kind of really just got perfect order just to open an ETB, just to get the promo card. Just to look at the booklet and see the different cards in the set, because I don't think I've seen a full listing of all the cards in the set. We'll look at that together briefly here as soon as we get done with this last pack of Ascended Heroes. Ugh, man. An EX. Ugh. Ugh. It is just frustrating when you don't really get much of a restock and you get like nothing. Oh well. Is what it is. Let's open our perfect order. Woo, perfect order ETB. We finally got one. There's Pokemon news for the week. Series 2 of the first partner thingies. It's going to be released in June. The Chaos Rising pre-orders for ETBs in the Pokemon Center have not gone live yet. And there was a big hype yesterday. Everybody thought that the Pokemon Center queue was going to be for that, but it was not. They psyched us out. So let's go right to the actual cards that are illustration rares and up. I think it starts on this page here. And there's a lot of cute cards. They're just not going to be really expensive. Trying to get it so you guys can see the glare. The Rowlet's pretty cute. It's a cool card too right here. So, it is a smaller set. So this is a set that should be kind of easy to master. People are just going to be able to buy the cards for a fairly cheap price. I've got this one here. This is quite a cool full art. And we've actually got the Clefairy, which in my opinion is going to be the best illustration rare in the set. And it should hold up with value over time because this Clefairy. There's some of the trainer cards. There's the Meowth, which I believe is an SIR. I think these two are also SIRs. Maybe not. I'm sorry, that Meowth is a full art. My mistake. The SIRs are on this page. So here's the SIRs. There's not very many. Of course, the Meowth is kind of like the chase that everybody's looking for. And there's a gold card. So, all in all, it's an okay set. I mean, is that an energy card that's an SIR? No, that's a full art. I was going to say, wow, why would you do that? So, not exactly the best set. Some people like it. I'm not a big fan. And you got the Zygarde sleeves. And you have the Tyrant promo card. This actually looks off-center. Sticker on the bottom. So, that kind of stinks as far as, you know, to have it graded. And let's see, we got all 9 packs. 4 and 5, so we got 9 packs. And let's open up our promo card. And go ahead and sleeve this guy up. So I know a lot of people like this card because it's a dinosaur. And mean, I can't say I'm a fan, but it's not a bad Pokemon. I mean, who doesn't like dinosaurs, right? So yeah, it's a cute card. And this comes in every ETB, cute promo card. Okay, let's see if we can get any hits on Perfect Order. Again, this is just a carbon copy, basically, of the Japanese set. And again, it's a good set for collectors because it's easier to master. You can find it pretty easily. Like I said today, nobody was really interested in buying the ETBs, so I said I got to buy at least one. So here we go. Chaos Rising, when it does come out, it'll be a similar size set. I honestly don't think it's any better than this set. So we'll probably just open an ETB when Chaos Rising hits because the only good card in the set is Greninja. Everything else will be inexpensive, and there's not really any popular Pokemon in it. There's one card I do like is the Xerneas. So I would like to pull the Xerneas once that set comes out, which I'm not sure when it comes out. I forgot. Clefairy. There's that Gengar. I don't know if it's still $1 for that Gengar. It's Gengar. It's probably always going to be $1. And in time, it might go up to like $5, you know, when this set's no longer available. I'm sure it'll go up. And people will be grading the Gengars, no doubt. Boop. Okay. Da-da-da. That's a cute card. Staryu. So yeah, I kind of wish they'd put a little bit more in these sets, but like, there's a Shaman card, but too bad there's no Shaman SIRs, Shaman IRs. Alright, we're like 0 for a million today. We haven't got a hit the entire time. EXs are not hits. EXs are just like teases. So we're on to our third pack. If you guys have watched videos in the past, you know that we usually do pretty good with ETBs. I do feel that even if it's not official ETBs, you tend to have a better pull rate. And again, you do have a pretty good sample size of 9. The pull rates of this set, I think illustration rares are 1 in 9. So again, you should at least get something out of an ETB besides just a promo card. That is a really cool card. We got an EX. Whoop-de-freaking-do. It's our third EX of the day. Man, I might have to go and buy something somewhere, and I don't want to. I really wish again, it's not easy to get Ascended Heroes. It's a really tough set to find. That's why it's so expensive on the market, because scalpers are hoarding them all. And I think a lot of the cards, the value of the cards in Ascended Heroes are so high because people are keeping products sealed. They know that the value is going to be through the roof. Just look at what Prismatic Evolutions is doing. And you can still find that if you're able to wait in a long line. So people know that keeping Ascended Heroes sealed is basically an investment. And you already look at the prices of ETBs. You buy them at the store, an ETB, and it's already going to get you over $120 at market. You're basically doubling. So you buy one of those Ascended Heroes ETBs, you can go and sell it for $120 plus. The Pokemon Center ETB is up over $420. So I should have saved mine a little bit longer. What are you going to do? I knew they'd go up eventually. It's just I didn't think they'd go up so soon. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. So I do feel that Chaos Rising, I think initially people will buy a ton of it, but over time, I think it'll be sitting around. Perfect Order sits around for a while, and I think what happens is a lot of people that can't find Pokemon are like, oh my god, I found Pokemon, they're buying it. And they're not really looking for an investment. They're just looking to rip packs, especially people with kids. It's just a fun thing to do. So, there's good and bads of this set. I'm not a fan of it. Oh, we got the roll it. I was just talking about how cute this card is. All right, we got a hit. Woo! Roll it. That's our holo. Chen Pao. Pow, pow, pow. Okay, so I'm crying over here, but we finally got a hit. Let's go. sleeve it up. And we still got 3 packs left. 3 packs. So I'll try in my local Target tomorrow to see if, if I can catch the restock. More than likely, there'll be like 10, 15 people already there in line. And the only way I'm going to get anything decent is if they have one piece and they limit people. Because usually the people that line up there, they line up there all day because they know that Walmart usually stocks on Friday. So they just sit there all morning. And then I go after work to see if there's anything left. And like last week, there was nothing. I mean, there's product, but again, I'm trying to save my money. I'm only trying to buy Ascended Heroes. And, I said I would buy a Perfect Order ETB just to open it up and take a look at the set with you guys. And again, I showed you guys the booklet. I try to at least get the booklet. I collect the booklets, I guess. It's kind of a cool thing because then you can see all the different cards in the set. So that's always fun. I mean, yeah, you can look them up online, but it's nice to have the booklet, So we're down to our last 2 packs. Let's see if we can get another hit. A lot of time in ETBs, we tend to at least get 2 to 3 hits. That's a pretty card. I wish they do an illustration rare of that guy. That's a cool card. That's a very colorful card. All right, we got, speaking of second hit, we got Sacred Ash. It is a full art trainer card. So it pretty much looks like that's all we're going to get. An EX, an illustration rare, and an ultra rare. Which, again, we're kind of defying beating the odds. Defying them. So we'll take it. Could be worse. I think there might have been one ETB that we opened where there was only an EX. But that was pretty rare. I think that only happened like once. So, again, you're paying a little bit more money for the packs, but you get a promo card, you get the stuff inside the ETB, you get the booklet, of course, which I love to see, all the different cards in the set. But it's definitely not going to be a popular set. It's probably going to be one of the least popular Pokemon sets. And yeah, there's Meowth in it, but, I mean, Meowth can't carry a set, in my opinion. Okay, we got the Mega Zygarde EX. All right, we got an EX. This is a cool card. It is a cool card, Mega Zygarde. I might actually sleeve that and keep that because that is a cool card. I try to keep the cool EXs that I really like, and I'll eventually put them in a binder. I haven't had the chance yet, though. So that's it for today. Small restock. We finally got a Perfect Order ETB. Let me know what you guys think of Perfect Order. Are you spending any money on it? I'm sure you can find it if you're able to. Let me know what you think about Perfect Order. And hopefully you guys are able to find product out in the wild. I know it's a challenge, but hang in there. Sometimes you might get lucky. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everybody's support. We'll see you in the next one. Woo!